First pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
When Commissioner David Stern instilled that dress code, I'm thinking, uh-oh.
Under this new policy, off-court, in public, the pros are expected to wear business-like attire. No more chains, pendants, medallions, headbands, or headgear of any kind.
The cornrows, the do-rags, the tattoos. When you're becoming a cultural icon, you're making a lot of people upset.
Now let's talk about how the NBA crossed over into fashion. First player we're going to talk about today is going to be Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson grew up in Hampton, Virginia, and he was very, very successful in football and in high school, known as Bethel High School. All right. Not only did he win not one state championship, but he won 2 state championships in the same year at Bethel High School. I find it kind of crazy how there's so many amazing players able to play multiple teams in high school, but also be very successful in both of them. I only played soccer and then violence, so I wasn't really doing too much. So I've always commend people that could do that. Right, so now let's talk about the main things I love the most about these basketball players are the shoes. So the shoes that Iverson wore with the Nike Air Flight Mastros or Nike Air Mastro Flights. Those came out in 1993. Really nice shoes. He always wore them in black socks, and there is a black and it has a little white check. They remind me of really modern shoes now. I've always found it to be admirable that a lot of brands always go back to what they made originally and try to be mastered in the same way, or try to sell you something new that you probably didn't think of before. Right. Another pair of shoes that Allen was wearing at Bethel High School was the Nike Air Force 93, also known as the Nike Air Force Mid. He also got an interview with Sports Illustrated because he was doing so well in high school by being the top player in football and high school. He also got his own cover in Sports Illustrated. It was really cool to see how he had a photo shoot with his mom wearing the Guess logo. And then also Allen also mentions in GQ.
That was actually probably one of my best outfits at that time, because being the circumstances of what they were back then, I had to come with my best outfit, knowing that Sports Illustrated was doing that. So that was the cream of the crop right there. I got that herringbone. Some older dudes from my neighborhood, they told me that if I scored 40 against our rival team, that they would give me a herringbone. I remember during the game, I had 14 or something like that going into a couple minutes left in the third. So I had a ways to go to get to 40. I looked over there at them and they had it in the box and lifted up and let me see it. And once I saw it was over, I just started going crazy. Ended up with 40 something.
So again, he got his own magazine cover, which is so iconic, and it's for the Nike All-Star Tournament this was for. He wore this his sophomore year, and also on his off-season, he would wear this other color called New Spruce. It's another color wave that also came in there. After hearing how well he was doing at Bethel High School, he also got accepted into Georgetown University. His head coach that also helped him out when he was in high school, and then another coach when he got to college, I forgot their names, I'm gonna try to put them literally in here. They also helped him out to make sure that he was very headstrong in where he needed to go and not fuck around at all when he came to the game. When he got into Georgetown University, the most amazing shoes that I like are the Nike Air Strongs. Very sleek, simple shoes. The entire team also back in the 90s and anything before then, and I still think they do that now. Instead of been doing some research about basketball on their teams, is that majority of the times they get signed with great deals where the whole team literally wears the exact shoe. So when you see it with Dennis Rodman, you're also going to see that Russell Westbrook later on, is that usually they get signed to a lot of great band deals that the entire team wears the whole shoe for the whole year, which I think that's pretty interesting actually. Another shoe we're going to highlight as well is the iconic Concord, the Jordan 11 Concords.
We got some, are those Concord 11s? Andy, you don't strike me as a sneakerhead. You don't wear Jordans. And then the cuff in the jeans.
Allen always talks about how he really, really looks up to Michael Jordan, and he wanted to have a moment, to have a shot in these Jordans. So yeah, let's throw that clip real quick.
I wanted to be like Mike, for sure. I mean, just like the commercial. I really actually felt like that,
And you guys watch, he's so happy and he's so excited to know that I am literally becoming my own legacy, and it's so cool to see in fruition how he's able to wear the same, not wear the same shoes, but to mimic or get a homage to do that shot just like Jordan did, and it highlights up to him. So I think that's really cute and admirable. Iverson did amazing during his time at Georgetown, and he got signed the next year with the Philly Sixers. He got signed in 1996, and is a great addition to the team. He was excelling, doing so well, shooting, being a great point guard, doing everything he needed to do, honestly. Amazing play. And also the way he played too is very unique to his style, to his as a basketball player. It's really amazing too that when he got signed that year to the Sixers, he also got a contract with Reebok. Reebok already had in mind what kind of shoe they wanted to do.
These are good questions. Very good questions.
Called the Question Mids. This came out in 1996 all the way up to 2001. What's really iconic with the Reebok Question also is he has the amazing crossover that we know today with his legend Michael Jordan. It's kind of like a full circle moment where he said he was playing his Jordan like 11 Concords in Georgetown and do that kind of shot with the shoes, into now being signed to the Philly Sixers and also getting a deal with Reebok. It's like literally him becoming his idol in seconds, and it's crazy how amazing he did so well to get to that point. The colors come in literally red, and it has like the sole a little bit of blue. I know Allen talks about it too various times that it comes in different types of colorways, and also comes like one side is red, you can have it in blue, also have it sometimes inverted where the sole will also be the different colors as well, which I thought that was really cool. In the second season at the Sixers, they also have the amazing shoe called The Answer. As you guys know, Allen Iverson is also known as The Answer, always having and ready to play the game and pretty much figuring out how quick he's able to get everything when he plays. So The Answer, again, like I said, it was his second season. It was really cool to see the video because the commercial and the money that Reebok did for him is really cool. I love that he had a video with Jadakiss, and also a fun fact, he also wrote Jadakiss's second verse and also his verse, which is pretty cool because Allen literally had like a very short time as like a rapper career.
Trying to build a team, I'm the player you need. Hard like Willis Reed, top thief and score in the league. There's no way to disguise your dream.
Not too bad. I just know some other people, like, you know, had it too, and that was, well, you know, that was a moment for Kobe and other players alike. So now let's talk about the iconic and the most memorable thing that changed NBA is the dress code.
Everybody started looking like I look. The cornrows and tattoos and baggy clothes. That was just a great feeling. But it was bittersweet because I had to take the whipping for it.
Over the years, there wasn't really much when it came to how black men should be represented in the fields that they're in. Allen Iverson really did change the game by being his authentic self. So he had the cornrows, the tattoos, the baggy clothes, the way he always hang out with rappers, the jewelry. Like, he really encompassed what black culture is and how we still dress today, honestly. A lot of people did not agree with it. A lot of people did not like it. And there's some commentary from a lot of players that I'm going to mention as well.
Important that the players take their end of it, get out of the prison garb and the the thuggery aspect of basketball that has come along with hip-hop music.
He came in, his style, his way. You ain't really gonna find nobody like that besides myself.
He made hip-hop and basketball really come together. He was the bridge.
I just want to quote also some things that a lot of people did talk about. Okay, so another player that didn't agree with as well was Jason Richardson. He goes,
"You're expressing yourself, expressing your identity. It's taking away our self-expression. I like to dress and change it up." I think it was indirectly racial.
Another person that actually did agree with David Stern's thing was actually Dwayne Wade. It was like, okay, now we gotta really dress up, and we can't just throw a sweatsuit on. And then another quote by the Bulls coach, Phil Jackson, said, "The players have been dressing in prison garb in the last 5 years, 5 to 6 years. All the stuff that goes on, it's like gangster thuggery stuff. It's time. it's been time to do stuff like that. I'm laughing because it's just crazy how during this time, how we have so many black players in basketball. It's just crazy for him to call them thugs, to call them how they need to stiffen up, they need to stop dressing like this, even though what makes it thuggerish? Me wearing change makes me a thug. Oversized t-shirt, a do-rag, like that's just my culture. Do-rags makes your hair satin at night, and how do we dress is based off of that. Like we literally just move the culture and everything that we do. It's always so sad that like Allen had to take so many L's and pretty much really change the structure when it comes to what we have now the NBA players can do and dress in anything they want to wear for their pregame outfits. The dress code was initiated in 2005 and it kind of dissipated in usually the pandemic, so in 2020.
Allen Iverson is one of the true representatives of what hip-hop stands for and what it's about in this country.
To express himself with tattoos or with hairdos that are different from you would like to wear, or wear jewelry that maybe you wouldn't wear, or wear outfits that you wouldn't wear, that doesn't make him bad, just makes him different because he's from the hood.
He keep it Allen Iverson always kept it true to himself and always was very authentic and unique to what he is as a person and also as a black man. It's always really sad to see how racist the game is, but then also it's like without these black players, what do you have, right? Without these people that are doing this stuff, what do you actually really have when it comes to the game? And why do you not respect them and their culture as a whole? You bet on them, you trade them, do all this stuff, but it's always really sad that we have to hide ourselves to conform ourselves to this idea of we have to be business casual for a game that people are wearing this and this too. I gotta be wearing a business casual outfit. It's ridiculous, literally so ridiculous. One more thing I want to point out to Allen Iverson, he never had a stylist. As I was talking about Dennis Rodman next and Russell Westbrook, like a lot of these men had no stylist and they're going with what they wear and what's also current in fashion as well. Okay, one thing I also want to put out too is his braider. One thing that's really iconic for Allen Iverson was his braids and the way that he's able to change them in different ways. It reminds me of Snoop Dogg on the porch just doing his cornrows, or it really reminds me honestly any rapper that came out just trying to do something really different when it came to their hairstyle. The hair braider that he had is Tiffany Poles. Her ad name is here. One of the main things that Allen really loved the most too, and he always says he cares about his shoes way more than it fits usually. He want to make sure his shoes were always on point, A1, and his accessories, and then the outfit usually came on after that too. And also, I want to add this note, he also became the GQ Style of the Year last year. So that's really, really great for Allen Iverson. So yeah, that is Allen Iverson, the man that changed the game. Next thing we're going to talk about is Dennis Rodman, the person that changed how we view men in fashion and femininity.